So this is another classic that we're working on. This is the guy with the white Camaro we just finished. He dropped this off when he picked that up, wants to see what we can get it to do. It's a decent paint job, but it's got a lot of texture. Thinking it just doesn't look like a high-end paint job. However, after 3 steps of buffing, I've done this section here. We'll try to get that on camera to where you can really see the difference.
So this one came in for a coating checkup with the interior detail as well. Coating checkups, what we'll do is we'll go through, clean the car like normal, make sure everything's beating properly, that the coating's actually holding up. And one of the cool things about the Satin PPF, you can see how it turns from satin to gloss right here in the door jamb. So this is the original color of the paint, but the PPF just completely makes it fully satin and gives it a really, really clean look.
So this is going to be a slow process. It is a degreaser, but it's soap based. So it can even dry up on here and it's not going to hurt anything. But it will help to loosen everything up slowly. So we're not removing paint or anything we don't want to get off of here. So this could be the longest part of the whole job. That really shouldn't be getting wet, but they're replacing every bit of the distributor cap. They're going to do a tune-up, distributor cap wires, all of that. So right now it's just, for me, it's protecting everything that we don't want to get wet. So yeah, this is just a little bit more diluted than the spray bottle I was using, but if I'm going to let it soak, it doesn't have to be quite as strong. If you have a barn find car, or if it's a project that's been sitting that want to make it look as good as you possibly can, and we do preservation details, which is kind of save what's there. You don't want to repaint the car. It's either worth more like it is, or you just want to make it look as good as you can so you can enjoy it. Maybe reach out to us, especially if you're local, North Carolina, Triad region, or anywhere really.
All right, Joseph, what's the most iconic buff you've had?
I don't know about the one we buffed, but seeing Loft Ferrari, the SP3, SP1 Ferrari, those are all 3 cars really cool to see. I think all got full car PPF, so we did coat them though, which is cool. So I mean, I guess you could say we worked on them. Though Ferrari still hand paints, hand buffs anything that, like if they get trash in the paint while painting, they'll hand sand it. So whenever you receive a Ferrari, it's not the best condition. You'd be surprised.
Really?
So yeah, a lot of people, that's why they, before they even take delivery, just drop it off here, we'll make it look how it should.
Just generally like Ferraris?
Ferrari, yeah, just because it's hand painted still. It's one of the only manufacturers that hand paint still.
Paint from like the 60s and like now? Like is there like a pretty like...
Oh yeah, it's a lot thinner from back in the day. So like, obviously this is repainted, but like this edge, you'd have to be extremely careful on it. Sometimes you can tape it just because you'll burn straight through the paint. But like a lot of, and since this is repainted, you don't have as much worry or any newer car. It's just, I guess, thicker paint, better clear, everything like that.
Factory trim is chrome on this, and somebody has covered it in black vinyl, but I don't know if it's just showing age or if it's just not that good of a job. But the customer wants us to redo it. I mean, you can see just little stuff. It's all peeling up around here. So this car came in last week. I think he said it's been 3 years he's been putting this car together. Finally got everything painted. Wasn't quite happy with the way the paint looked, and there's some overspray we're getting off. But he drove, I think it's over an hour to get here. We've done buffing, done a paint sealing on this one, with overspray off the wheels, polished the wheels. We had it up on the rack, getting overspray off the undercarriage, and repainted some of the satin black on the undercarriage. A couple other things on the back tailgate. So again, things people know about cars that I would have no idea. Evidently, this is a very special car, a Belvedere GTX. There's a difference in what year it is or what model it is, but on some of them, these stripes in here were all red, just like in the taillight. But on this specific one, they were supposed to be silver. I had to take a Scotch-Brite pad and some chemical to get the paint out of all these lines. That's the look that the customer wanted because that's the way it came from the factories. Look at the Thomas Edison battery cutoff switch. I mean, I don't think you can close the hood with it.
Yeah, I
off,
feel
so
like
what's
the
the
only
point?
place I've seen that is on like a crank.
Right.
For this, and right where I have really bad turf burn on my leg from baseball. Because when they cleared all the snow off the field, all the turf came with it, and they haven't replaced the turf. It's all sitting on the hill next to the field.
This is another long-term project. We're doing exhaust on it, a couple other things, but what we're getting ready to start doing is he wanted to black it all out. This is another customer that just kind of hands me his keys and says, do your thing. He might not be able to picture what he wants it to look like, but when I come up with something, he absolutely loves it. So we're gonna do something really crazy on the grill. We're gonna do some accent colors, paint his calipers later. We're gonna change this right here. This will be completely different. But the biggest thing to get right now is all of this ugly silver that's on here. Just grill. Across the back, we'll change. We'll do something here. Black that out. The bars at top, piece on his running board. It'll all be blacked out. That's really what he wants. So I was talking to this customer earlier, and at first glance, I didn't think it needed anything on the inside from what I could see looking through the windows. And then he opened it up to show me something, and I noticed that the seats were very shiny. And we had a conversation about what he's been doing. He's been putting a dressing on here because it makes it look nice and even and uniform. But what it's really doing is any dirt that's on your seat, it just seals it in. You can starting to see lines with the dirt going down in those pores. And then if you just seal that in, it starts to make it crack. So what we're gonna do is clean this really, really good, get all of that out of there and make it softer. And then we'll put something on here, a conditioner on here to really treat it. But what I want you to see is the color difference of what the leather looked like from the factory. It should have a very satin sheen on it. He does have a little bit of color transfer coming off here. They've been dyed at some point, but once that dries, you can really see the difference between the shiny section and that, and this feels better already. And you can see the lines are starting to come out. Yeah, look at that bolster compared to that. Let me do a little section on the front here too, so you can kind of see it. Yeah, look at the difference there. This is one of my friends' customers and brought it straight to us with like 10 miles on it for us to buff it and make it look like this. We took some emblems off and that kind of thing just to give it that custom look, and a car wash scratched it. She brought it back for us to rebuff it and get this look. This is the kind of thing that's kind of fun. Looking from a distance, you see the lights. It's very blingy. It's very shiny. But when you get really up close and you zoom in on this paint, it literally looks like I could stick my hand inside that paint. The reflection, you can see every wrinkle, every line. It just looks like you can just reach right inside that paint. Land Rover paint is really good. I do have to say that. Their texture is one of the best of all the manufacturers that we get in here. It's the most flat already. So when we do our thing, it really amplifies it and just makes it look that much better.